everyone, welcome back to Obsessive Preparedness. This is a two-part video. This is part one. You want to look out for part two, and if you're seeing part two, check out and look for part one. I'm talking about food preps, my thoughts, answering subscribers' questions and comments, and then we're going to get into a whole plethora of other things. It's a long video, that's why I made it two parts. Keep an eye out for it. Everyone, welcome back to Obsessive Preparedness. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. If you're watching me, you're my subscribers, you're seeing some of my yarn videos, yarn hauls, blankets that I'm making. I do have a life other than just prepping. I like to do a lot of things, and in the summertime in Arizona, it is just so hot. And so I kind of go down on my videos in the summertime just because it is so hot to do anything. So anyways, welcome back. If you're new subscribers, hello, I'm a prepper, and I want to get into some of the things that I have been thinking about. A lot of subscribers' comments that I want to go over, and yeah, let's get into it. First of all, I wanted to say that prepping is a state of mind. And it's one of those things that if you get into it, stick to it, because after a while, it is no longer a chore. It's just what you do in your day-to-day life. You preppers out there, you know what I'm talking about. It's one of those things when you go to the store, in your head, you know what you've already used. It is very smart to run a list of things that you have used to replace back in your preps. Just even your everyday products like canned green beans, or if you can your own products, keep a mental count of that. And don't just let it completely drain before you replace it. Go back to the store, pick up a couple cans that you used that week, and then put it in the back of your stock. And then that way your preps are always up here. They're never down here and completely run out. Perfect example that I'm going to use is I get my oatmeal from the LDS cannery, and I buy the big number 10 cans of it, and I was real bad on letting my oatmeal run out. I have got rice, I have got beans, I have got all of everything, so much. But my oatmeal I use quite a bit in cooking, baking, eating every day, and it's one of those things where I let it dwindle. Well, because of what's going on right now and all the shutdowns, I can't go to the LDS cannery to pick up a number 10 can of the oatmeal. Now I can purchase it online. Provident Living, LDS Provident Living, you can order number 10 cans online and have them shipped to you. Great deal, great prices, but it's one of those things where I can just go pick it up. It's within 10 miles of me, so once the store opens up, I'll go get my own oatmeal. Other than that, I just go ahead and package it into things like Mylar bags like this, or a 5-gallon bucket. You know, it just depends on what you want to do. I've been talking to my subscribers. I have got one of my subscribers that I became kind of like a pen pal with. We talk about every other day, sometimes every day, yarn prepper. Hey Sharon. Anyways, we have great conversations about prepping. And she had asked me the other night, she says, I've got a question. And I'm like, sure. She says, do you still prep? Are you still planning? And I absolutely, because it has to be a state of mind. It has to be where once you've built your preps up, like I had said, that you don't let them fall. And so it is an everyday thing that I do. Now, I say every day, and if you're a prepper, you understand what I say every day. You're always thinking about it, but I'm always doing something in my head that I'm going to do to build my preps up. So for you out there that are new, stick with it. I've got my 10 bucks a week prepping challenge here to help you get into prepping if it's new to you, where it's financially obtainable for you to do that. And then once you've built your food storage up, your pantry, you can go into bulk supplies like your sugars, into 2.5 5-gallon buckets, and keep building. So I highly recommend check this series out and check out all my older videos, because I have a ton of older videos out there that go through quite a lot of information. They might be a little older, grainy. They're not quite as good in editing because there just wasn't that ability to edit like we can do now. It's so much easier to edit things. And I just say, check those videos out. Okay, going back to prepping every day and always doing something. If you've watched my channel, I have a ton of product. I have a ton in my storage, not just food, but I think about medical. Check my medical videos out of things to store. I think about lighting. I think about a match, a lighter, candles, solar lights, all those kind of things. So if you are a prepper and you're doing this, you need to go back to your preps, make sure those preps are still intact, and then keep purchasing some. So keep back purchasing, putting it behind. That way you always have good product. I also recommend to have your stores, your preps, in several different places in your house, in your garage. If you have 2 houses and you're fortunate enough, if you have locations that you can put your preps. A lot of people say bury things, and that's, you know, that's up to you what you want to do, as long as you know where you're buried it. But you always have to think about moisture, rain going into the ground, making it into watertight containers. So, you know, wherever you're going to put your preps. So recently I just purchased on Amazon for my medical. This is a stapler, a skin stapler. This was, let's see, on Amazon, it is $23.99. Now you say, what are you going to do with a stapler? If you have animals, if you have horses, you know horses are always getting into something, you can at least staple that wound shut. Animals, and even a person in a pinch. So this is a neat little thing for $23.99 that you can get on Amazon. Now, I'm not affiliated with anybody. I used to have my Amazon affiliate. I dropped it. I don't want it. I don't want you to think that I'm selling any kind of product to make money on it. I do this because I love doing this. I love helping people, and I want everybody to be prepared, because if I'm helping you, that means you, your family and friends will know how to prep, and in some kind of situation, now we're all prepped and we're helping each other versus taking from each other. So anyways, this is one of the things that I just recently purchased on Amazon. I repurchased sutures. This is a mixed, let's see if I can get it in there. This is a mixed lot of sutures, and then there is a bag of sutures here. So I just redid some of those. Now the box sutures that I showed you here was $15.95. This bag of sutures came in a medical kit that I just purchased, and that medical kit is also $25.99. Now this is not the best, I'm trying to get over here, sorry about that. This is not the best quality of medical supplies, but it's not bad. Comes with a scalpel blade, and different product. You can also purchase these individually, but I like to have these things because you don't ever know what happens. Now there's nurses out there, doctors out there, people that'll say you want this and you want quality, blah, blah, blah. But it really, SHTF, hit the fan. You will be happy just to have some of these things. And you've got to think, back in the day, they used all sorts of things to stitch people up. Yes, infection was up there. That's why as a prepper, you need to have antibiotics, have alcohol, all your medical. And I, over the years, have stored a lot of different medical and had people make comments that if you don't know how to use it, blah, blah, blah. I store everything because I'm pretty sure there will be somebody in the medical field, and you should at least know somebody, I do, that can use those products. So Naysayers, you can say what you want, but I think in an SHTF situation, you're going to be happy to have it. It's just one of those things where, we don't ever know what's going to go on. We don't know how we're going to react. We don't know how the people out there are going to react. So, it's just, I just want to be prepared on every level. Now, in a certain chaos and really SHTF hit the fan, they're attacking your house, there's not much you're going to do. You can't protect your food enough. Guns, ammo, we've got them, but you've got to think about the extreme. And do I think that extreme might happen? We don't know. We do not know. If you look at what's recently happened in the past few months, who would have ever thought that you couldn't drive down a road and not be torn out of your vehicle and hurt? Makes me so upset, so upset. We never thought this would happen. And finally, just recently, people started standing up and saying, no more. No more. And some people are getting arrested for it. Because why is the person that's allowed to do these riotings, break into businesses, tear things up, but then we can't protect ours? I'm telling you, SHTF starts happening, I'm protecting mine. And you have to get in that mind frame. Sorry, this is going to be a long video, but it's just what it is. Okay. So going back, so I do this, when I go to the store, I'm always picking up preps. I'm always storing stuff out in my preps, and be it pastas, sugar, I'm always thinking about adding more to. And the reason for that, and especially lately, I've had friends, family, and I know you guys have had it. I don't have anything, but when it comes, I'm coming over to your house. I have a lot of stores. I have a lot of things that I have stored and I have prepped and planned for friends and family. But there's only a limit that we can do. And it makes me mad. And I have to say, when I hear friends and family say they're going to come run into my house. I had a friend just recently purchase, I'm going to slaughter the name, the hydrochloroquine. She purchased it, a bunch of it, for herself. And we're going down the road. I'm in the back seat. Couple's going out for dinner. And I'm like, what about if you're going to do that? Why not purchase it for all of us? You're coming to my house, are you not? I finally said something. And I don't like that mindset of they're going to come to my house. We know that as preppers, you need to keep quiet. You don't need everybody knowing your business. You got to know, as a prepper, I have plans in place, not just my home, of other places that I've got preps. So I'm always thinking about my preps, about what you're going to do. Sharon at Yarn Prepper, I'm not sure which channel she watched that said that if Doomsday or SHTF hit the fan, you don't want anybody to know your preps. So you always need to look like you're needing product, food too. So if there's a food line, go get in the food line and get that food. You need to look as though you need it just as bad as everybody else. So there's just another thought. One of the things that I love a lot about the stores being empty, and that sounds kind of strange, Walmart's, different stores, is they're finally bringing in smaller companies, name brand stuff that we haven't seen on the shelves in a long time. And in business, over the years, my father used to just beat down Walmart. Walmart's going to destroy everybody because they're going to come in, they're going to knock mom and pop out of business. They're going to go down to where you only can purchase the product that they have, and you're not going to have any more variety. And I used to think he was crazy, until over the past few years, you see that all you can get is specific brands at Walmart. Walmart's good value brand. You go into Kroger, it's Kroger's brown foods. And people like Green Giant and those kind of companies are kind of going to the wayside. And I know that they're still being labeled probably at the same factory and it's under that name, but the variety is just not there anymore. So one of the positives that I've seen where the shelves have emptied out is they are going to smaller companies that could provide foods for them. And just one of the examples, and I know back south, this Glory brand, green beans, wonderful. Here in Arizona, I didn't see them anywhere in Walmart until just the past couple months. They have a honey carrot, things like sweet potatoes from Princess. Used to see these on the shelves all the time, not so much anymore. And so I'm really happy to see different labels finally coming back into the stores. Now maybe down the road they'll get knocked out, but I do like seeing where new product is coming to the shelves because they're having to go to smaller companies to pick up food to bring in the stores. So I'm taking advantage of it. I'm picking up things like this. Now normally I would can my own sweet potatoes. I am completely out. The cost of them, if you watch, 99 cents a pound for a sweet potato. Arizona, we can't grow them here. It would be too hard to make that kind of volume. So I'll just wait till sweet potatoes go back on sale again, and then I'll can my own. But yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. Well, this video is getting long. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is finish this out right here and make this a two-part video. So on my thumbnails, look at one and look for a two because it's going to be a real long video and I don't want to do that to you. So keep an eye out for part two on this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's just some of the things that I wanted to discuss. And keep an eye out because we're going to talk about coffee. We're going to talk about some more food storage, some things that I've learned recently, oxygen absorbers, and then answer some subscribers' questions. Have a blessed day.